The audio's syncing in 5. Hello, my name is Tyler, and I'm joined by a very special guest today. Who are you?
I'm Matt from Matt's Bookshelf.
Hello. We were in person for the first time ever on either of our channels. Yep.
Yes.
You can find us...
across the fourth dimension into the same realm.
I know, this is pretty amazing. Matt, what did we just do before this video starts?
We just did a video on Norwegian Wood by Haruki Murakami.
And where can you find that one?
You can find it on Matt's Bookshelf, which I will link in the description below.
Of course, and I'll shout at the end of the video too. Yeah. So we just actually recorded an entire video about Haruki Murakami's Norwegian Wood, and if you just watch my recent video about is Haruki Murakami a sexist author, you can find us having a discussion about all the pros and cons.
You get even angrier at Tyler's takes on Haruki Murakami.
I know, seriously. No, but they like my takes on this channel,
I think
they like it, or they just haven't hated me yet.
Yeah.
But no, we talk about this book legitimately in detail. It's like a 40-minute discussion.
Yeah.
So if you're curious about this, if you want to hear about our pros and cons, go check out Matt's channel. But Matt, what are we doing today? What are we talking about here?
We're talking about movies, specifically hidden gems that we have.
Yeah, and exactly. And we want to clarify two things. One, we're not like movie buffs. We love movies.
Yeah.
But these are not going to be like Reddit level hidden gems. Like, oh man, take a look at like About Time.
Yeah, have you heard of About Time?
About Time.
What do you think about David Lynch?
You think they're pretty good movies, but these also won't be like obscure film buff movies. These will be probably like mid-tier. You probably have heard of them. You might not have. But these are just going to be recommendations that we have seen over the past year or two that we think are like, hey, you should probably go check these out if you want to get into some different type of movies. We have, I think, a pretty good diverse range of movies that we're talking about. We have 5, so we'll get to that first. But Matt, you're my guest on this channel.
Yes.
What is your first recommendation?
My first recommendation is a video. Is a movie on Amazon Prime.
Yep.
Called The Outlaws.
Ooh.
It is a South Korean action crime movie.
Yep.
Kind of like a little Tarantino-esque as well, with some, kind of a little quirky at the same time.
Okay.
And it stars a very special person in Film Frauds lore.
The Film Frauds, if you don't know, Film Frauds is our movie podcast.
Yes, you should also check out.
You also check out, you can find that on YouTube or Spotify. What am I doing? We're just going to check it out.
Yeah.
But it stars the husband from Train to Busan, who I don't know the name.
Yeah, I don't know his name either.
But he's the greatest husband in any movie
ever. He's the official husband of Film Frauds.
Yep.
We watch our Train to Busan review as well.
Yep.
And I think that movie was kind of like his breakout performance, because this movie came out after.
Yeah.
And he stars in this movie. He's the main character.
Yep.
And he's a police officer investigating Yakuza crimes, and like there's Yakuza, there's like Chinese gangsters as well in this area of South Korea, and he's just trying to investigate what's going on. And he kind of does some nefarious things as well. He's kind of a bad cop too, but like he's lovable at the same time.
Yep.
And he gets like really drunk once, and then like as he's getting drunk, like Chinese gangsters come in. He has to fight him. And he's like, oh god.
Oh man.
And
it's kind of do like Legend of like the Drunken Fist, like Jackie Chan style.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that. He's like, I think he's a little more. I think the character's a bit more different. Like he is like that guy. He's very stone faced.
Yeah. But like
he has like this charisma to him that you can't really describe.
Yeah.
That makes you love him, and and he's great in it. It's like you wonder sometimes like there like stand out like side characters in movies that can't necessarily like carry a movie by themselves. But that's not the point with him. He's fantastic in this movie, and the plot is really good. It's not like usually you watch like these East Asian movies, like you expect like really great fight choreography, like you have like the Raid movies, you have Jackie Chan movies, and like even like some parts like Old Boy has really great direction as well.
Yeah, there's that one iconic hallway scene.
Yes, but you don't really get that kind of action. There's some really good shots in the movie, but it's more of like an averagely directed action scenes and stuff in the film. But you get it, you like it more for the character work, because that lead actor is just incredible, and he's very charismatic, and it has that Tarantino-esque sort of like quirk and charm to it that I think it's a good time overall. Especially, I think it's good if you like Korean movies, because we're both pretty big fans of South Korean film genre. But also, if you're not particularly into them as well, I think if you like Tarantino, if you like crime movies, it'd be a great pick for you. Because I didn't even know it was on Amazon Prime. I never even heard of it until I was just scrolling through Prime one day, and I saw the guy was in it, and I saw it has pretty good reviews on Rotten Tomatoes and what have you. And it was definitely a good time overall.
Yeah, it's a movie that I've been meaning to check out, but it's in my pile of Matt recommendations. So I'm just gonna Just gonna crumble that up and then throw it into the recommendation pile over there. All right, thank you, Matt, for that recommendation. The Outlaws. Welcome, it's on Amazon Prime. So my first recommendation is maybe on HBO Max. I watched it on HBO Max. Probably the best streaming service, by the way. I just want to throw that up.
Yeah, it's top tier.
It's top tier. Mine's going to be the 1980s action movie, The Last Boy Scout. Directed by Tony Scott, and it's surprisingly written by Shane Black. It stars Bruce Willis and I believe Damon Wayans Jr. And it's one of those movies that is ultimately like, it takes on the buddy cop, but it decides to go a lot more like dark and kind of humorous. Bruce Willis is kind of playing one of his better roles I've ever seen him in. It's he's basically like a darker John McClane from Die Hard.
John McCain.
I almost said John McCain. But it's one of those movies that does not stand out too much in the Tony Scott kind of like film director kind of filmography, but you watch it and it's really just well made, well directed, well acted. But the charm of it is the fact that I had no idea this movie was written by Shane Black. And Shane Black's one of my favorite screenwriters.
Yeah.
He's made great stuff like Nice Guys, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which is one of those Reddit under hidden gem movies, which is not
no
actually
one's ever heard of it.
What's Kiss Kiss Bang Bang? But he made one of my favorite Marvel movies, and Iron Man 3. He's just been around and a staple. He worked on Lethal Weapon 1 and 2, which are excellent movies. And it's one of those that you watch, and it's not a hard watch at all. It's kind of just, it revels in its kind of like violence, in its kind of nefarious kind of treatment of humor and characters in the world. It has a wonderful, interesting dynamic between Bruce Willis and Damon Wayans Jr. And I think it's just one of those movies that you can put on and you can kind of just have fun for an hour and 40 minutes, which in this like kind of like stressful time in the world around us is kind of very needed. But if you're someone who wants to dive more into Shane Black, Tony Scott, Bruce Willis movies, or just buddy cop action movies, this is one of those like clear ones that have been lost to time that I think is like horribly like forgotten. And I think it really should be talked about more as like one of the better elements and better staples of like 90s action movies. I loved it. It had an absolute blast. Not perfect. Tony Scott movies never are perfect, except for Deja Vu. Because Deja Vu is awesome. But it's really, if you're a fan of Bruce Willis, Shane Black, Tony Scott, Damon Wayans Jr., really those action comedy movies, you can't go wrong with The Last Boy Scout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I watched it a long time ago when I was younger.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember anything about it, though. But I like what's the screenwriter's name?
Shane Black.
Shane Black, yeah. I like, Nice Guys.
Yeah.
And, Predators is the best movie ever made. Yeah.
Predators
it's actually the worst movie ever.
You don't like Predators?
No, I mean The Predator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, he wrote The Predator.
Okay.
Predators is an awesome movie.
Predators, the Adrian Brody one? Yeah, okay.
That movie's awesome.
Whew, I was going to say, I was like, you don't like
That's Alex Rodriguez.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I meant to say The Predator.
I was going to say, the we're talking about, because there's like 3 Predators thing. The Predators one with Schwarzenegger is a classic. I think we both love it.
And has Shane Black in it.
Yeah. The Adrian Brody Predators, great movie.
Yes.
Great. Don't care what anyone says. Yeah. It's totally underrated.
That's a hidden gem here.
That's a hidden
Predators.
gem. That's our hidden 6th recommendation.
Bonus recommendation.
Put a little like Predators. I don't know how to edit that, but I'm just gonna
us looking like we're in love with
the Predators. And we can put a picture of shirtless Adrian Brody.
Exactly.
And then Topher Grace too.
Yes.
That's a great movie, Predators. And then he made that terrible with like Boyd Holbrook and Sterling Brown or whatever. Jacob Tremblay, where like autism is the next evolution of human, and it's like very like out of touch and not really and like
they say the
tasteful.
hard R word and it's like completely uncalled for.
Yeah, and you're like,
be cool and edgy.
Oh, Keegan-Michael Key's in that movie. That's right. Wasn't Thomas Jane in that too?
Yeah, they kill each other.
Yeah, that's right. I laughed out loud in the theater. Yeah, that's a bad movie, but Last Boy Scout, excellent movie. If you haven't already, go check it out.
Yes, I would agree. So, my pick?
Yes, your pick.
I am recommending a movie that literally no one has talked about. Yeah. That is Golden July.
Great movie.
You can literally look it up on YouTube and like no one's done a review for it. And I kind of randomly come across trailers, like so many movies that I love, I just randomly come across the trailer. I'm like, oh, it looks cool, and then it comes out and I illegally stream it.
Yeah.
And I see this
not
movie,
actually illegally stream it though.
No, obviously this is parody. And I see this movie 3 times.
Really?
I think so. And it stars Michael C. Hall as like this middle class country guy.
Who's Michael C. Hall?
Dexter.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. If you like Dexter, you'll like him in this. And one night he's sleeping in his bed with his wife, and then someone's in the house, and he shoots him. He's trespassing. In America, you can do that. And
it's called stand your ground laws.
Yeah, he's standing his ground.
Questionable.
And he was in his home. I think that transcends.
There's a lot of trespassing. Yeah.
And
it's a metaphor. I like you to say, in America, our great country, you can just shoot someone in your house.
And And then so he kind of talks to the detectives and they clear out the body. And then later on, when he's looking at the post-mortem picture, he's like, "That's not the guy that I killed." And he goes, "What do you mean? That is the guy that you killed." And he goes, "No, it's not."
Yeah.
The detective's like, "No, it is." And then cause them to investigate what's going on. I don't want to go too much into the plot because it takes many twists and turns.
Yep.
But the thing that stands out about this movie the most is the lighting. This movie has the best lighting I've ever seen in a movie.
It's great.
Period. I just watch it, especially in like some of the ending scenes as well. And it's directed by a guy who mainly does lighting for movies. And you can definitely tell through that. Because it is just it's like all these neon lights everywhere, and it doesn't, you wouldn't think it would fit in like a country setting, but it fits so well here. And Don Johnson shows up, and Don
Johnson's in this movie, and he's great.
He is great in it, and it's hard for me to go too in depth with the movie because there's a lot of great moments in it that I just don't want to spoil, and I just think that you should watch it. We should do it for Film Fridays at some point.
We should. I feel like Mark won't join for that movie though. I don't think.
Maybe. We'll see. I got him to watch Handmaiden, which I did
you
not
did
think
get
I would get him to do.
That was impressive. A Cold July, it's one of those, like, I completely agree. I don't think I love it as much as you do because it feels definitely more in line, but I mean, there's a few elements, especially towards the end, where the lighting is just, like, immaculate.
Yes.
And you're like, why is no one talking about this movie? This is one of the better movies that's come out in recent memory.
And it's Sam Shepard, Don Johnson, and Michael C. Hall, so it's...
I'm surprised, especially this came out around the time Dexter was, like, ending, I think. Which is surprising, because Michael C. Hall's really good in it. Like, surprisingly really good.
Yeah.
Cold July. Do you know where you can find it, or is it just kind of...
I rented it on Amazon. Like I did like one of those like free pass things. Like I think it was like for Cinemax or something.
Did you rent it?
I did rent it. Okay. Yes, and
you're a law-abiding citizen.
Yes, a law-abiding citizen, and you can legally stream it. So.
Oh my! Wink. Not actually.
Not actually, but you could. It might be on Cinemax too. But I think you can rent it on Amazon if you want to as well.
You can rent anything on Amazon anymore.
So I have a huge recommendation for that because it is such a great movie. It's a legitimate hidden gem.
Yeah.
Because legitimately no one has found this movie.
Perfect. That's exactly what this point is for. That was our recommendation champion. Give you a crown. My next recommendation is going to be one that's interesting. I'm just looking it up right before to see like the basic information about it again. But it had a budget of $15 million, made $2.7 million at the box office. You can stream it on Amazon Prime, but it's called Chiraq. It's Spike Lee's 2015-2016 movie. And it's basically based on like a Greek play. I already forgot the name of it. But basically it's where like women withhold sex to end the Peloponnesian War. But it's told in like modern day Chicago. If you're a fan of Spike Lee, I'd heavily check this one out. I watched this when I was going through a massive Spike Lee phase, where I was basically watching all of his movies because I was incredibly fascinated by him as a director. If you are someone who is a fan of like musical comedies, but with also like heavy satirical and heavy like political commentary elements of it, check out this movie. It's a little over 2 hours, I think 2 hours and 10 minutes, but it's funny. It's like very thoughtful. It contains a lot of the Spike Lee lack of subtlety, which works for his type of storytelling and the way he directs. It has excellent performances, excellent music. It's just all around one of those movies that you watch and you're like, how does no one talk about this movie more? I think it's a textbook also like hidden gem, kind of forgotten about, lost to time.
What year did they come out?
2015, 2016.
Oh, so I'd never even heard of it.
Yeah, it's very recent, and it kind of was overshadowed by like Defy Bloods, Spike Lee's most recent like Vietnam War movie. And it's one of those things that just like you watch it and it's either going to click or it's not going to click. Mm-hmm. You're either going to like the presentation of its kind of commentary on racial violence, gun violence in like South Chicago, the treatment of Black Americans by the government, by kind of like white Americans as a whole, the lack of care about gun violence. It's like all textbook Spike Lee stuff, but told in this very contemporary and modern style within the framing of like actually like really solid music. John Cusack is in this movie as like a preacher, and he's excellent. Yeah, it's like the best thing John Cusack has done in like the past like 15 years. I'll probably put a clip right here just to show about what he's talking about. But it's like he's like excellent in this movie. Everyone's excellent in it. It's like utterly surprising. It's a great movie. I'd heavily recommend it. It's streaming on Amazon Prime. It's not for everyone. Not the lightest of movie ever. It's tiring, and you're gonna be tired watching it. But I think it's worth it. I think it's a good movie.
You definitely sold me on it, Tyler.
I feel like I haven't. I feel like you're gonna. I feel like we're gonna leave and like.
What is it on? What can you stream it
Amazon
on?
Prime.
Oh, it is. Is it free on Amazon Prime?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I mentioned that like 3 times now. Oh. Yeah, so you can check it out on Amazon Prime.
So I have no excuse not to watch it tonight.
But you'll find an excuse not to watch it tonight. Yeah, Hunt for Wilder People still like zoning you out.
Yeah. I actually watched Eyes Wide Shut after Hunt for Wilder People.
Did you really?
Because I had to for the podcast.
Yeah.
But so that kind of got me back into cinema a bit. It reminded me that there's actually something to enjoy about cinema.
If you don't know what we're talking about, I'm gonna post Matt's review for Hunt for the Wilder People right here. Yeah. Did you ever finish it?
No.
Nope. Are you ever gonna finish it? Okay, good to know, Matt. Glowing 1/2-star review for Hunt for the Wilder People. So
yeah,
if you want to cancel Matt, because for any reason, just use that.
So I didn't like New Zealand people.
Yeah,
that's the only reason why I didn't like the movie.
Is there? Do people from New Zealand have like Zealandites or something like that? I don't know.
They're called Kiwis.
Are they really? No, they aren't.
Yes, they are.
Are they actually?
They are literally called
That's
Kiwis.
so cool.
Yeah, no, they're
we
they're
suck.
Awesome.
What are we?
Yeah.
We're just Massachusetts people.
We're massholes.
We're massholes, yeah.
Yeah. We're Massachusettsians.
Massachusettsians. I don't
feel really rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, Bostonians. I still can't believe I got the one comment of like The Hobbit.
The Hobbit.
I was also editing and I went them.
Yeah.
Is that a Massachusetts thing or
them?
Them? How do you say THEM?
Them.
Them.
Them. You know that Americans don't pronounce their T's when they talk? What is that?
Blinds.
What else could you call it?
Shades?
What gives it the C?
What?
Curtains.
Curtains.
Yeah.
Curtains.
You say we naturally say curtains, but it's curtains.
Curtains. Wait, how do you say my name?
Tyler.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in the middle of the word.
I was gonna say what the fuck?
What happens when you're thinking of something? What's the past tense for think?
Thought.
But if you weren't thinking about it, you would say thought.
What do I say?
Thought.
Thought.
Yeah.
You're saying the T at the end though.
No, you're like stopping. You're like you start to say it, but then you don't.
What the fuck? Now I have to prove this. What's the Lolita? You say that though.
Lolita.
Lolita.
Yeah, if you weren't thinking of it consciously, you would say Lolita.
So that's not a thing, right? Curtain.
Yes. Yeah, you just said curtain.
I said it with a T though.
No, you didn't.
Slow it down. I'm slowing down the audio.
You said curtain.
Curtain. I said curtain. I'm pronouncing the T. I'm pronouncing the T.
It's curtain.
I'm saying curtain.
You're saying curtain.
I'm saying
curtain.
I'm curtain.
Now you said it right.
It's curtain.
No, you didn't.
That's what I'm saying it right.
Do you want to spit everywhere?
Our feet also touch too.
Yeah, I know. It's right. Cute.
You don't know what's going on behind here, but there's a lot of footsie going on with my no socks. How did we just talk about recommendations and get an argument about T's?
Because you're talking about American accents.
Damn it, whatever. I know I'm right.
No.
Okay, whatever.
Let us know in the comments who's right.
I'm right. Curtain. Well,
you just didn't say what the T.
I did.
No, you did not.
I'm not saying curtain.
You're saying curtain.
You said it with the T.
That's not saying curtain is saying it with the T.
Curtain.
No.
That's not me. Is it
If you
American?
talk to a British person, they'll say curtain.
Because British people aren't as cool as American people. That's why.
Oh.
And I'm starting the war. we like lack any American pride until the Olympics happen. We're like, yeah, beat them.
Yeah, we hate soccer until we win one round.
We're like, yeah, we're the best.
We beat Ghana.
USA.
And then they got killed by France. We're like, okay, we don't care anymore.
America sucks again. Yeah. We have no American pride until the Olympics start.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we all unite.
Curtain, whatever. Fuck you. Matt, what's our final recommendation?
Summer, spring.
No,
the spring comes. Spring, summer, fall, winter. ... Spring.
And Spring, directed by the controversial Kim Karduk, who recently passed away, but was also not very a good person. If all allegations were correct, we don't like him as a person, but we really fuck with his movies. His movie, Spring, Summer, Fall, Winter, and Spring is something I found on. I was legitimately just scrolling through Amazon, and I found that, and I happened to then watch it, and it's basically this really methodical commentary on Buddhism. And it's basically a play, but not a lot happens. It's very just relaxing and peaceful. And you ever have that comfort movie? Where you're just this is I just watch this to relax. I have two, and it's Patterson and this movie. It's really I want to give a more detailed plot synopsis, but it's really just the journey of one man as he kind of goes through self-introspection throughout the kind of element of Buddhism. Has one of the best endings I've seen in a long time, where it really contextualizes everything that's been going on. But it's one of those movies that you're amazed at how they shot it, amazed at everything that's saying, and it makes you want to actually study elements about it to go and rewatch it. I've seen it twice. It's so much fun. It's such a great movie. What did you think about it? What do you think?
Yeah, I watched it because you recommended it to me,
Yep.
and I really enjoyed it. I don't think I'm as high on it as you are, but it's one of the most like meditative movies I've ever seen.
Meditative's a good word. Yeah.
Yes, I wish that like it made me want to know more about Buddhism.
Yeah.
So I can understand the movie better.
Yeah, exactly.
But I feel like
yeah.
Oh, that's
I just said I was like, you make me want to see Buddhism.
Well, I feel the same way, and it's so important. I wanted to say it twice to emphasize the point. And and look, there's like this like circular nature to everything that's going on. There's character development without it being on the nose. Like it's a lot of it's visual storytelling.
Yep.
Which is great. Not a whole lot of dialogue.
No, like very little. It's like it's probably like 15 pages of an actual script.
Yes, and it balances like optimistic themes with like depressing themes as well.
Yep.
Very, very, very well handled.
Yep.
And yeah, so the progression of time felt very natural.
Yep.
And the setting is one of the is iconic.
It's beautiful.
It's like a play, kind of like every new season opens up with the doors open.
But then the characters age. It's a different time of their life. They start as a child, and they come into like a young adult, then an adult, then an old man, like an older like adult, and then an old man. It's excellent movie.
Yes.
If you also haven't already, this is I guess the hidden 7th recommendation along with Predators. Kim Ki-duk made another movie called 3 Iron, which is basically a movie where there's a central romance where the characters never say a single word to each other, and the characters never talk, and it's like kind of like this building connection through silence and like shared kind of experiences, and it's excellent. Like it's not great, but it's excellent, but not great. Trademark, right there.
It's a masterpiece, but it's kind of okay.
And sorry, I meant to say it's not. It's a really really good movie. I wouldn't say it's great, because there is like that. Like, it's kind of like, it's one of those movies you get what you put into it.
Yeah.
But if you haven't already, I think that's also on Amazon Prime, but 3 Iron. But our main recommendations, spring, summer, fall, winter, and then spring.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have any other hidden secret recommendations for us?
House Jack Built.
Nope. No, I won't watch that one. Don't listen to that one. Matt knows I don't like children being harmed or killed in movies, and then
can we hard cut to the part? Where
no, I'm not editing. I'm not watching it to edit it.
No, I mean hard cut to the film frauds moment where you said you wanted the little girl and sympathy for subventions to suffer more.
God, that's a different element. I wanted more struggle.
This hard cut's gonna be funny.
Yeah, fine. Okay, I'll hard cut then that one, but I have to go through and edit. Fuck, fine. I'll do it. I'll put in the effort.
There's not going to be a whole lot of editing for this video.
No, it's going to be chaos. It's going to be that dropping and then us screaming at each other about curtains for 10 minutes. Curtain! You're saying it wrong. No, I'm not. It's really great. We spent a lot of our professional energy on Matt's video. Yes. And now we're here just screwing around. But if you wanted to get a sense of what we are.
Also, you can tell we've known each other for a long time because we can literally scream in each other's faces and then be fine like 5 minutes later.
Yeah, at this point it doesn't matter. Like, you yelled at me for spitting, and then we're just like now arguing about curtains. It's great.
You have 2 copies of Clockwork Orange?
Yeah, because Mark
Why?
accidentally sent me 2 for my birthday. Oh. Because he's like, I got 1, and then another one came. Like, did you get charged for 2? Do I have 2 of them? Where's the other one? Yeah.
Right there and right here.
I'm too scared to touch that. I don't want to touch that one. I might go down. Yeah, I have 2. I said in my bookshelf video, I have 2. Did you not watch that?
I watched to the point where the audio was really messed up.
And then you're just like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah. I might try to re-upload that one day. No, I'm not. It's a lot of effort. But yeah, that's brings us to the end. That's our 5 to 8-ish recommendations, or whatever you want to call it. But there's just a recap. Matt, what are your 2?
My 2 are The Outlaws and Cold in July.
Excellent. Mine are The Last Boy Scout and Chiraq, and then our together joined one is Spring, Summer, Fall, Winter, and Spring.
And The Predators. They're basically the same movie.
And 3 Iron, yeah. Basically all the same movie. All meditative South Korean movies. Yes. Predators. Okay, Matt, that will bring us to the end of our video. Where can people find you? Any recommendations, any shout-outs, anything?
Find me at Matt's Bookshelf YouTube channel. I am the F. Scott Fitzgerald of our threesome.
What am I?
You're the you're like the Patterson.
The James Patterson?
James Patterson.
Let's go! I'm a billionaire. I'll take it. Are you kidding me?
I am the misunderstood one of the group, the one who's going to be recognized later on.
When you're dead at 40 from alcoholism?
Yes.
Dope.
That's
awesome.
Exactly what's going to be
wait.
me. And I'm on Instagram as well. I have videos. I did a video with Tyler.
A video, yep.
Yes, on Haruki Murakami. If you want more of this great chemistry.
Yep.
We're a little more professional in that video, though.
Yeah, a little bit. Until the video cuts out.
Yes, yeah, until the video cuts out. But yeah, so yeah, that's what I want to talk about. And then film frauds as well, because that's where we do our main movie stuff.
Yep, and we have our main movie. What do we recently did? Phantom Thread, In the Mood for Love, and The Handmaiden, and then we're coming back tomorrow? Yeah,
I think we'll probably have Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah, we'll have Eyes Wide Shut out by then. So that's 4 recent episodes.
Yes.
Go check us out on YouTube or on Spotify or iTunes. You probably enjoy us a lot more on the audio form because you don't have to see our faces and our cameras and everything like that. Okay, Matt, thank you again. This was fun.
Yeah, very fun video.
This was a very fun video. When I'm dead in California, this will be a memorial for us.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll have a shot going into your face and we'll play Arms of the Angel.
Eyes in the curtain.
Yeah. That'll be your legacy.
That'll be my legacy. It's curtain.
I mean, Stanley Kubrick's last ever filmed line was "fuck."
Was it really?
That was Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, that's right.
And your last film thing will be saying
curtain.
Curtain.
Curtain. I like how you're like, what is that? Shades? Blind? With a C.
There's a C and a U in it.
Currency? I don't pay for stuff like this. I was literally like, what is that? I'm like, what? I don't know. Oh man, that's great. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye bye.